Our President Joe Biden is on his way back home to Washington, D.C. tonight. This after a trip to Europe for a NATO summit and a meeting today with Nordic leaders in Finland. At a news conference that wrapped up his trip, he was asked about the possibility of Russian President Vladimir Putin resorting to using weapons of mass destruction. White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, also at that news conference in Helsinki, President Biden emphasized multiple times that Russian President Vladimir Putin has already lost the war in Ukraine, adding there's no possibility of him winning the conflict. As for concerns Russia could resort to more drastic measures in Ukraine, this reply from the president.
I don't think there's any real prospect, you never know, but of Putin using nuclear weapons. Not only has the West, but China and the rest of the world has said, don't go there. Don't go there.
And asked if the war in Ukraine could drag on for years.
I don't think the war can go on for years for two reasons. Number one, I don't think that that Russia could maintain the war forever, number one, in terms of their resources and capacity.
President Biden said eventually
President Putin is going to decide it's not in the interest of Russia, economically, politically, or otherwise, to continue this war. But I can't predict exactly how that happens.
President Biden was also asked if he would talk to Republican Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, who's held up Pentagon promotions due to the Defense Department's abortion policy, which Tuberville has said is flat out wrong and should be rescinded, a position pro-life advocates applaud.
I'd be willing to talk to him if I thought there was any possibility of him changing this ridiculous position he has. He's jeopardizing U.S. security by what he's doing.
Earlier this week, Senator Tuberville said he's not stopping anyone from being confirmed and added, you cannot legislate from the White House or the Pentagon.
My dad was military, career military. I'm all for the military. We need a strong military, but we also need to go by the rules in the Constitution and represent the people and taxpayers. Taxpayers are not supposed to pay for anything that has to do with abortion.
Separately tonight, that baggie of cocaine found recently in the West Wing. No fingerprints or DNA have turned up, and surveillance video did not ID a suspect. So bottom line, no leads in the case. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.